Okay. Hola, mis amigos. Buenas tardes. It's been a little bit over maybe almost 2 weeks since I did my last video, so I feel a little rusty. Forgive me for that. Um, but today I wanted to finally move on to the next album by Luis Miguel, Fiebre de Amor. So this was, I'm pretty sure in the comments, I recall a bunch of people saying that this was kind of the album where Luis really starts to sound like himself and really started to get people's attention more. Because obviously he was already popular, but I don't know. The impression I got is that there's something about this album that really, I don't know, cemented his place as a star. And maybe it has something to do with the fact that this is a movie. So he was in a movie, Fiebre de Amor, which means love fever, released in 1985. So he would have been 15 years old. I have not seen this movie, but I'll just read the plot real quick here on Wikipedia. A teenage girl with a crush on a young popular singing star daydreams about meeting and falling in love with him. She accidentally witnesses a mob murder, and while attempting to escape the perpetrators, she hides in a hotel bungalow. This happens to be the bungalow of her favorite singer, and he gets roped into her escape from these men. The young star comes to her rescue in this romantic comedy with many songs and the Acapulco scenery as a backdrop. Wow, okay. That's intense. It very much fits with kind of the popular idea about Acapulco, of it being this dangerous place. And it's interesting that this was 1985, so I mean, it's 2022 now, and Acapulco still has that reputation. So I don't know when it started exactly. I do know at one point it was like a huge international vacation place, but then it sort of got taken over by the cartels. So my understanding was that that was like maybe in the 70s. But anyway, maybe I'll check out this movie after I listen to this album. But I'm just going to listen to the album today. I'm not going to do it song by song as I usually do, just sort of as an experiment. And yeah, let me know if this is preferable to you. Obviously, it's going to result in a much, much, much longer video. And what else? I literally just finished listening again to Decidete, and I finally read through all the lyrics in English, so I understand what it was about now. And I'm going to actually do that with this album while I listen. I have all the lyrics pulled up with the English translations, and I think what I'll do is I'll read the lyrics before the song starts so that I know what he's talking about, and then I'll just listen, and I won't necessarily try to analyze, because I don't want to read and listen at the same time on this go. So that's how I'll do it. I've not done this before. Hopefully the recording will be fine. Oh, shit. Almost started. Yeah, hopefully the recording will be fine and it won't stop, because this is gonna probably be long. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. I have been to Acapulco, but only for a very, very short time, only one night. So I really didn't get to explore it very much, but it was beautiful. It was super beautiful. I spent some time south of the city, right? Because there's like mountains that surround that the main bay, and then south of that along the shore it gets really flat, and I think there's a river that comes out, or there's like a lagoon, and there's a small airport, and I stayed near the airport in Acapulco when I was there. Yeah, I'd love to go there again, although the plot of this movie doesn't sell Acapulco as a place to be, even though it's beautiful. But yeah, let's just start. Let me pull up the first song real quick and read through the lyrics. So you have caused in my existence the most beautiful feeling without which I don't know how to live. Fever of love, I give it all for having the heat of your passion that makes me go crazy. Fever of love, I wouldn't even want to think that someday I will live without the strength of your love. I'll die. Tell me if you get hot that she produces a sun that warms land and sea. I would like to ask you if your love will cause me fever of love. No, I wouldn't want to even think that someday I will die, or I will live without the strength of your love. Okay. Yeah, considering that I just read through the lyrics of Decidete as well, I'm curious to see how similar this is to that, or how dissimilar it is, because Decidete was very much about like a chaotic, sort of toxic, dramatic young romance. And I'm gonna do a whole video reviewing that album now that I've listened to it a bunch of times. But let's listen to this one. Here we go. Fiebre de Amor. So instantly this sounds much more produced than Decidete or the other one. Whoa. Okay. Super different. Whoa. It's like, just the sound is way more crisp. And he sounds so much more grown up. Dang. Still got, there's like a very, that sort of upbeat island tropical sound that goes very well with the Acapulco. Damn, his voice is beautiful on this. I don't think it's just that his voice is recorded better. It just sounds way more smooth. Yeah, it's like very, this is cliche, but it's like very velvety. Like there's just, there's a flow and like a smoothness to his voice now that I don't think he really had in the last two albums I listened to. And those are Directo al Corazón and Decídete. Yeah, his voice just sounds way more full and rich, and yeah, like, I don't know, velvety. Let's keep going. Okay, so what? That, honestly, it was hard to tell whether that was the saxophone or if that was his voice. Like, honestly, it sounds like it could have been either one. Also, wow, that's a good start. So, one thing, I really love Luis music overall, but I have noticed that the past two albums I listened to, while they're good, they're not necessarily albums that I would go out of my way to listen to, just in my own free time. Just because the music is sort of, as I've said before, it's had just sort of childish sounding, as you would expect. He was 13, 12 years old when he was making that stuff. The quality of the production and the mastering on the other albums isn't nearly as clean as well. This song, I've only obviously listened to one song so far, but so far it sounds like something that I would definitely play by choice on my own free time. The quality of the sound is so much better. You can hear all of the instruments and the bass and the drums and the strings. It's all so much more clear. Yeah, I really like this so far. Okay, so, let me quickly glance through the lyrics. I don't know if this is really worthwhile to try to pay attention to the lyrics. Acapulco, love, dance with me, enjoying the sun. Here in Acapulco, it's all about enjoying. And when in the afternoon the sun no longer shines, there on the coast we go to the disco. So it's kind of like just talking about how Acapulco is a good time. You have fun, have some romance, kissing, enjoying the beach, blah blah blah. Take your drink, you'll drive me crazy. It will rain a kiss on you. Acapulco love, Acapulco love, Acapulco love. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Much more. That's cool. This sounds, it sounds very 80s, but it also sounds like it could be modern. Sorry. The Weeknd just released Dawn FM, which is super 80s sounding. And, it sounds extremely modern, extremely well produced. But it also sounds, very 80s. This actually is from the 80s, but it also sounds like something that could arguably have been made today. Maybe not entirely, but That would be interesting, huh? The Weeknd and Luis Miguel collaboration. You can just hear the whole band so well. Whoa. You hear that? He's like, I think it's on purpose, but it's kind of funny because he is a 15-year-old, so his voice would be cracking. You heard that? There's really a lot going on musically. I'm trying to catch it all. You know, that's something that I didn't really recognize at first when I listened to Decídete, for example, or even Directo al Corazón. There really is a ton going on in the music. It somehow sounds simple, but if you really listen closely, you realize that there are so many different instruments doing so many different things, and that it's actually quite complex, and even more so here. So I'm gonna be paying attention to the music really closely to see if I can identify everything. I probably won't though. I guess that's like a keyboard doing synths really high. It has a sort of bell quality too though. Wow, cool, change up. I love the dynamism of this. Going from loud to soft, fast to slow. Yeah, I don't know, that squeak in his voice is kind of fun, but it's funny. Acapulco amor. It sounds like he also has an easier time singing low notes. Like his voice just naturally is lower at this point, which obviously makes sense. The music is just so sharp. The sound quality is just, in comparison to the before, it's just so much better. Nice. I'm really liking this so far. I don't know, I don't really have any specific things to say about that song, so I'm just gonna jump into the next one. Shoot, which song is the next? Por ti? No. What's the title? Here we go. Sin ti, por ti. So without you, for you. I don't know how to understand that right now. All right, the power went out, everything fell silent. Here I am in a corner, dreaming love. I dream of you, and I don't even know why. Story at the end of a passion or a sentence or a goodbye. Someone will say, it's only love, time can erase it. Without you, the wind shakes my heart. Without you, the rain unleashes around. Without you, the night, that seems wrong. Martyrdom without end. For you, my tears don't stop flowing. For you, there is nothing that can comfort me. For you, life is no longer life without love for you, without you. Where will you be? In what betrayal will you hide? Where was a heart who mercilessly killed mine? Dang. It is similar to Decídete in this way of just like being all about like the pain of like teenage love. Without you, the wind shakes my heart. Okay. All right. So this is Sin ti por ti. Interesting. Strings, bass. Piano.
Se fue la luz, todo cayó y yo aquí estoy en un rincón.
It's like really clear vocals
Sueño a ti
and
y
soft.
ni siquiera sé por qué. Historia al fin de una pasión, de una condena, de un adiós. Alguien dirá, solo es amor, el tiempo lo podrá borrar. Sin ti,
Borrar, that means to erase.
me estremece el corazón sin ti. La lluvia se desata alrededor sin ti.
Like you can hear that right here. His voice just sounds so much deeper. It's not necessarily lower right now. It's not a lower note, but it's like really full-bodied.
Es un martirio sin final, sin ti, por ti. Mis lágrimas no cesan de
This is good.
brotar por ti. No hay nada que me pueda consolar por ti. La vida ya no es vida sin amor por ti, sin ti.
Interesting. What is going on? Is that... It makes me feel so dumb, but I literally cannot tell what instrument that is. First, I think it's violins, and then I think it was a horn, and then maybe neither of those.
¿Dónde estarás? ¿En qué lugar? ¿En qué traición te ocultarás?
That was pretty impressive.
Corazón que al mío sin piedad mató. Sin ti, el viento me estremece el corazón. Sin ti, la lluvia se desata alrededor. Sin ti, la noche es un martirio sin final. Sin ti, por ti,
without ends.
Mis lágrimas no cesan de brotar por ti. No hay nada que me pueda consolar por ti. La vida ya no es vida sin amor por ti, sin ti, por ti. Mis lágrimas
Something I'm noticing with him, or his music and his melodies, is they're really easy to understand. You know, I've never heard any of these songs, but you can figure out the melody well enough to sing along pretty quickly. So I don't think that happens by accident. So the songwriters are pretty damn good. Okay. That's Sin Ti Por Ti. Yeah, very similar subject matter to Decidete, you know, of saying like how much, well, I guess going from the plot, isn't it about the girl who's in love with him? And I guess it's the opposite in Decidete, where he's in love with a girl. But either way, it's like the person who's in love feels kind of like out of control, feels like they would be lost or hurt or like ruined if they didn't have the person that they love, you know. Where is that? Without you, yeah. Sin ti el viento me estrece, sin ti el viento me estremece el corazón. All right, the wind, without you, the wind shakes my heart. So it's like, I'm weak without you. That was a major idea in Decidete as well. Okay, next song. Todo el amor del mundo. Todo el amor del mundo. All the love of the world. Inside my being, as to my blood, I will take you. Well, live without you. It would be the same as not living. Again, very similar. Without you, life would be terrible, basically. I wouldn't even be able to survive. You are for me, how is the sun for this world? Yeah. I'm just gonna come out and say, like, I know he didn't write these lyrics, but there's just kind of like a toxic, like unhealthy love in a lot of these lyrics. But that's what it's like when you're a teenager. Without your warmth, nothing would have light or color, right? It's like really intense. My soul is screaming all the love in the world I would give to you, porque mi alma lo está gritando. Todo el amor del mundo yo te daría. Todo el amor del mundo yo te daré. All the love in the world I'll give to you. The ocean is not as big as my love. Love will be forever because my soul is screaming. Yeah, interesting. I'm curious to see or hear how he'll sing that part, right? Y así diré, porque mi alma lo está gritando. Todo el amor del mundo yo te daría. Todo el amor del mundo yo te daré. I'm imagining it's gonna be pretty good. Let's go. More upbeat and faster than I was expecting. Whoa, that voice, so deep now. That's not him, is it? It sounds like he's singing with somebody. Yeah, there's a harmony. Who is this? Is this this person? Lucerito? The main character, I guess. Alright, there it was. todo el amor del mundo yo te daré.
El inmenso mar que cubre casi toda la tierra. No es como mi amor que llena toda la inmensidad. Ya lo puedes ver.
Damn. Ah. His voice is getting bigger. I mean, considering that he's only 15 at this point, and that the last two albums he was younger, so I'm thinking of him as a young person right now. When he comes in this song, he sounds like a man. You know, he doesn't sound like a 15-year-old. He doesn't sound like a child. He sounds like a man already. It's pretty impressive. That harmony is really nice. It's not as painful sounding as I was expecting. It's kind of like, I mean, the fact that they're also singing together, it sounds very mutual, you know? Like they're singing it to each other. They're not just singing, one of them is like, oh, I love you so much, but you don't love me back. I hope this music's not drowning out my voice. It hasn't done that in the past, but it would suck if that happened. Okay, oh. Este amor. So this love. This love will always go with you by far. Go away, reach with my waves to the shore from your beach. This love is your blood on my wound. What the heck? This love is dew on your grass. This love is the way is the camino, the road in your footprint. This love will fly on your wings by the wind and through the waters. They want your salt and in the mist be inside of your soul. This love is your life in my life. Interesting. Just very vivid, intense metaphors going on about love. Alright, let's listen. Este amor. More slow than the last one. More dramatic.
Este amor,
Ooh.
este amor, este amor, siempre irá contigo.
Wow.
Muy lejos que te vayas, llegará con mis olas a la orilla de tu playa. Este amor es
Wow.
tu vida y mi vida. Este amor es tu sangre, mi herida. Este amor por ti. Este amor es rocío en tu hierba. Este amor es camino en tu huella. Este amor por ti.
So much of that 80s hollow crashing drums.
Este amor,
Alright, nice.
este amor.
See, the bass is so clear now. Unlike the previous albums, it was just all fuzzy sounding and like his voice didn't stand out over the music. But now it's just beautifully, mixed, mastered. I don't know how that works exactly. But yeah, again, I love the dynamism. You know, it started out so slow, singing like 2 or 3 words at a time, and then it kicked up, and then it's kind of going back to that slow, soft, just, yeah, really, really cool. It's almost like there's a bass and a piano playing the same note at the same time, because it sounds almost like bang, like hitting a piano, but also that it sounds like there's a bass being plucked. This is a little more what I expected from the last song. It's sort of like, you can hear right, he doesn't necessarily sound happy, he sounds kind of heartbroken a little bit. This is quite epic, to be honest. Total departure from the child sound in the previous albums. Por ti, mi amor. Wow. Awesome. And then that nice slowing down of the strings. Yeah, this is great. Man. I'm so excited to keep listening to Luis Miguel and listen to all his albums, because it's like, this is what, his 3rd official album or something from 1985, and it's like only the beginning of his discography. Man, I'm excited. Okay. Yeah. Let's jump in and look at the lyrics of the next song. Siempre me quedo, siempre me voy. Honestly, what is that? Always quedar? What is quedar? I don't know. Here. Quedar. Stay. Okay. I always stay. I always go. Every floor I walk on is a little bit of mine. The sea belongs. Do not own anything, nor do I want to be. I don't know when I'm leaving or when I'm going to come back. If you want me, you'll wait for me. If you don't love me, you'll forget me. How hummingbirds go from flower to flower. I go from town to town with my song. Traveling singer. Kind of reminds me of the grandfather figure from the movie. Shit, what's it called? Do not expect coldness from me. Heat is my sign of identity. Interesting. I will keep my sorrows. I don't have exact time for love because I broke time with the clock. Porque rompí haré tiempo con el reloj. I don't quite understand that. Someone asked me for my truth. Tell him that I'm a bird that comes and goes. Where there is love, I am. Where there is love, I am. So he's saying simultaneously, I come and go like a hummingbird visiting flowers with my music. But where there is love, I am. Does that mean that he himself is love? I bring love with me wherever I go. Don't try to change me from who I am. Interesting, because there was a whole song on Decídete, which was saying, don't try to change me. Soy como soy. I am who I am. I am what I am what I am. I am how I am. Don't try to change me. Interesting. So that's coming back here. I don't really know the way I'm going. If I'm a little crazy, leave me like this. So it's interesting. What's the point of being sane and not being happy? Not poor or rich. Yeah, I don't know. That's really interesting. Again, I know he doesn't write these songs himself, so it's not like I can learn about who Luis is necessarily by reading the lyrics, but yes, even so, this is a really interesting thing. I always stay, I always go, I travel around, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you love me, you'll wait for me. So I'm always moving around. I don't stay in one place. But where there is love, I am. Yeah, it's like he's saying that he is love. Or love follows him or something like that. Oh, I guess this is the next song. There's an instrumental. So I guess I'll play this and then we'll get to the next one. Strings. Quite a lot going on with the drums. Strings. The bass. Saxophone. Synthesizers. Guitar. Okay, and now kind of chilling out. It's groovy. See, this is the first, I guess since it's a soundtrack, it kind of makes more sense that there would be instrumental, because it's just sort of background music for whatever's going on in the movie, but it's good music. Songwriters. So I guess it's his dad, right? That's his dad, Luisito Rey, and then, well, who's this? Or is that the same? Oh, is that just like his nickname? Luis Gallegos Sanchez, right? Because isn't Gallego is also Luis's middle name. Yeah, okay. Luis Gallegos Sanchez. I don't know. Where was he born? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Whoa. Dang. This is awesome. I mean, I've watched some of the show and his dad seems like not a very nice guy, but he can write music. Yeah, alright. But he was born in Spain, that's what I thought. Dang. The musicianship on this is amazing. I'll just pause. I'm kind of scared that this is gonna get blocked, but wow. There's been nothing like this on any of the albums I've listened to so far. Either the two earlier ones or Busca una Mujer. There's been no instrumentals which are just like, this is not even just background music. This is like a full-on jam. Like, all the musicians are just going for it. It's really impressive. Really, really good. Piano, guitar, strings, saxophone. I wonder if it's the same saxophone player. What's his name? Nathan? Something? The guy that solos in some of the music videos that I've watched. Anyway, yeah, this is great. This makes me want to watch the movie. I'm like, if the music is this good, the movie must be pretty awesome. Acapulco sunsets with this music, not bad. Man. Wow, and then boom, just picking up again. Just so dynamic. Like, I think if I just played this for some of my musician friends, I think they would be pretty into it if I didn't tell them who it was. Like, very luxurious. Dang. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Wow. Okay. You know, one thing that just makes me think of is, like, in the music that I've explored so far from Mexico, for the most part, there's, or like, in contrast to music, let's say from like Colombia that I know, or from Cuba, both of which have like strong African influences in the sound. Like, there's not so much African influence in Mexican music that I've seen so far. But there is a lot of influence from like classical European stuff. And I mean, with this song, for example, it makes a lot of sense that his dad literally is from Spain, writing this music. But even in like just thinking about mariachi, or like the instruments that are used in Banda, it's European instruments. Like, it's orchestral instruments, symphonic instruments, right? Like, whole string sections and whole brass sections and like accordions, right? Which accordions I associate with like Paris and maybe Germany. I don't know, I just feel like mariachi music, and it's really derivative of that in a lot of ways. And it's just so, what am I trying to say? Like, it's classic, it's not classical music, but like, it's very refined. Maybe that's more what I'm getting at, is I don't know. Yeah, it's very high, very, very, very high quality. And right, and like the musicians that make it are extremely talented, and the music is it's like there's just so much culture in it. Maybe when I say culture, I'm like thinking of European culture, and that's kind of weird because Mexico's its own thing. But yeah, I just feel like Mexican music doesn't get nearly enough credit from me, even. Like, I'm learning to give it more credit, but in general, it doesn't seem to get the credit it deserves. It's just like there's so much beauty in it, and there's so much culture in it, and feeling, and the sound is like, maybe also what I'm saying is like, there are a lot of people who really like whatever classical music or symphony and whatnot from Europe who don't also like Mexican music. And I'm like, if you like this kind of music from Europe, if you like classical music from Europe, like, you should absolutely listen to Mexican music, because in a lot of ways it's very influenced by that, and it just kind of took that sound and made it into its own sound, but it's still with all of the same instruments and all of the depth. I'm just rambling. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, this next song is Siempre me quedo, siempre me voy.
Cada suelo que piso es un poco mío. Pertenece al mar, montes y ríos. No soy dueño de nada, ni quiero ser.
Wow.
No sé cuándo me marcho.
What is that behind him? It's like a flute? I don't know if that's right, but it's something that I can't. It's not a guitar or whatever, you know? Maybe it is a flute.
¿Acaso me quieres, me esperarás? Pero si no me amas, me olvidarás.
Everything about this song is so delicate. Or this part, anyway.
Yo voy de pueblo en pueblo con mi canción. Siempre me quedo, siempre me voy. Donde hay amor.
I like that. Siempre me quedo, siempre me quedo, siempre me voy. Nice. I like, yeah, that's cool.
Yo estoy.
Again, so dynamic.
No esperes de mi parte la frialdad. El calor es mi signo de identidad.
Solo mis alegrías te contaré. En cambio, mis tristezas las hablaré.
No tengo tiempo
Exacto para el amor.
porque rompí hace tiempo con
I don't understand what this is supposed to mean. I don't have time for love because I broke the clock.
Dile que soy un ave que viene y va. Siempre me quedo, siempre me voy.
I love that.
Donde hay amor,
Siempre me quedo, siempre me voy.
siempre me quedo,
Siempre me voy.
Donde hay amor,
Yo estoy. poco loco. Coco is the movie I was singing. Duh. Soy un poco loco. Siempre me voy, donde amor yo estoy. Siempre me quedo, siempre me voy, donde amor yo estoy. Was that him? That was crazy, kind of. That scream at the end. It sounded like a female voice. Or even just an instrument kind of screeching. I don't know. I really like that. Dang. Alright, so moving on. We got Sueños. Dreams. Okay. Dreams, fantasies of the soul. When I dream of you, my dreams are the desire of what I want to live, and I always want to dream that I carry you in me. I dream that you are by my side, that you have dreamed of me, that we walk hand in hand into the world of love. Dreams are born of our illusion. I dream of your love, I dream of you, I dream of having to your heart. Dream, please, as I dream of love, I dream that you're... Okay. Yeah, just all, I mean, obviously it's in the title of the album. Love Fever. So obviously it's all about love and being sick with love. But it's kind of been like the topic of pretty much all of his music. All of the albums I've listened to so far have been this. But it's all good. I mean, that was kind of his vein, his area, you know, romance. And he did it well. Or he does it well. Sueños. Interesting. Totally different sound again. It almost sounds like water.
Sueños, fantasías del alma, cuando sueño contigo, son mis sueños, el deseo de lo que quiero vivir, quiero soñar siempre que te llevo en mí. Sueño con que estés a mi lado, que conmigo has soñado, que marchamos de la mano hacia el mundo del amor. Sueños van.
It's almost, there's like a little bit of discordant melody in this song too. It's very interesting.
Sueño con tu amor, sueño con tu ser, sueño con tener a tu corazón. Suéñame mi amor, sueña por favor, que naciendo está un sueño de amor.
Alright, so I'm curious. Again, I'm pausing just in case I get blocked. I'm curious if this song will change into something else. Honestly, I think I'm really liking this sound, this slower, lower style of the song. I kind of want it to stay here. I don't want it to change, but I'm sure if it does change, it'll be good. Yep, and here we go. I was kind of predicting it, that's why I paused it there. don't sound 15 years old. He sounds so much older. Okay. Nice. You know, it's honestly hard. Like, I don't think I have a favorite song because they're all been really good. And yeah, I mean, I'm not just saying that they are really good. I feel like with the last two albums, I was maybe over generous in saying how much I like them. Just not that I don't like them, but that I don't love them. You know, they're not necessarily my cup of tea. But this album, I really like, with no exaggeration. Okay, so Siempre te seguiré. I will always follow you. I will always follow you where you are, love. I will find myself next to your heart. I'll listen to myself throwing heartbeats. When do they say, I love you, I love you? I will always follow you. Although everything is a dream that I longed for it, I prefer it to be a dream. Although everything is a dream that I longed for, I prefer it to be a dream. I dreamed to wake up and understand. I'm not entirely sure. Is it saying this love? I don't know. Maybe it's just as simple like being in love with you feels like a dream. When am I gonna wake up? Is he saying I want to wake up though? I longed for it. I dreamed to wake up. See, that's an interesting line. I dreamed to wake up and understand. That's the line that's tripping me up. I don't quite know how to make sense of that. But let's listen to it. Siempre te seguiré. Seguiré. Whoop.
Siempre te seguiré, donde tú estés, amor. Siempre me
This sounds like the girl's voice again. Lucerito? Lucera? Lucero. Yeah, that doesn't sound like him. Is he gonna be in it? It's like weirdly upbeat, but also not upbeat. Right, like the keyboard part sounds very upbeat. Dun, 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 dun. Like it sounds happy, but then the melody of the singing sounds kind of I don't know. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. It works well altogether, but it doesn't match the same feeling. And I wonder if that is kind of what I was pointing to before in that line. I dream to wake up and understand, right? It's like, otherwise it's all about like, I love you, I'll follow you where you are. I will always find myself next to your heart. But then to say, I dream to wake up and understand, it's like, almost like I want to escape. Like, I want to finally wake up and understand what the heck's going on, right? Because I'm caught up. Maybe this is the fever thing, right? Love fever. Or fever of love. Like, I want to get healthy again and understand what the heck happened to me. I don't know. Maybe that's right. I'm gonna be disappointed if he's not in this song, though. I'm here for Luis. Interesting. She just did a thing that he often does, of like getting all like scratchy and throaty and almost like aggressive, like right on the last note there. Nice. And that sounds like a saxophone. I hope no one gets mad at me for saying this, but I think my favorite part of that song is the saxophone that's coming in here at the end. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll grow on me, but you know, one thing I was also expecting him, and so for him to not be on that song is kind of a letdown. It's not a bad song, but my expectations were for Luis, and then there was no Luis, and it was just this other girl who sang well, but not as good as Luis, in my opinion. So that was Siempre Te Seguiré. Seguiré. All right, and moving on to the last song. That went pretty quick. Los muchachos de hoy. The boys of today, or the kids of today. Today we live life, today with the whole world in the hands. Today we dream today's dreams. Today all different and all the same. We do not walk without ideals, my dreams within our reach. We are not machines. We also have tears. Whoa, interesting. Interesting thing. I was not expecting a lyric like that on this album. We are not machines. We also have tears. But today, but we never look back. We want to understand what? Without disturbing, without offending. Who? Today we have much to believe in. We are boys of today. You have to come with us. We paint lights in the city. Don't think about it, you'll like it. We are a breath of freedom, a new air to breathe, and the friends that you don't have. We are boys of today. Interesting. We're sick of waiting. Today we are wind that blows without ceasing. We must transmit our enthusiasm for living. Today with us it is easy to smile. Interesting. So it's kind of just like, I don't know what the whole, we never look back. We want to understand without disturbing and offending. I don't know what that is about. But otherwise it's like, I don't know, it's almost just like an anthem of like, me and my friends are awesome and we're living in the moment, we're having fun. We paint lights in the city, I don't know, it's just like, it doesn't even mean anything in particular, but it just gives me the sense of like, out and about on the city, living life, being happy. But also at the same time, they're 15 years old, so it's not like they're going out to actual clubs and stuff at that point, right? So I don't know. All right, let's just listen to that. This last song. This has been a great album so far. Whoa. Interesting.
Vivimos la vida hoy, con todo el mundo en las manos hoy. Soñamos los sueños de hoy. Hoy, todos distintos y todos iguales. No caminamos sin ideales.
So much string action going on.
No somos máquinas, también nos brotan lágrimas, hoy, pero nunca miramos para atrás. Queremos comprender, sin molestar, sin ofender. Hoy tenemos mucho en querer. Somos muchachos de hoy, has de venir con nosotros hoy. Pintamos luces en la ciudad, no te lo pienses, te gustará. Hoy por hoy, somos un soplo de libertad.
We are a breath of freedom. I like that. New air to breathe. It's like, come with us, you'll have a good time. We'll inject some fresh air into your life. It's so catchy.
Con nosotros es fácil sonreír. Somos muchachos de hoy. Has de venir con nosotros hoy. Pintamos luces en la ciudad. No lo pienses, te gustará. Hoy somos un soplo de libertad. Un aire nuevo de respirar. Y los amigos que tú no tienes.
The friend What? Is that him? There is a girl on this album, so I don't know. It could be her, but she hasn't otherwise been singing on this album, so that was crazy. Alright. There it is. There it is. Okay. Well, there we go. Fiebre de Amor. Fever of Love. That was amazing. I think I'm gonna do a follow-up video to like do a more proper review of this album after I listen to it more times. But just for now, I just want to say, yeah, wow. I mean, Busca una Mujer is really great. And it is full of some of the first songs that I ever listened to by Luis. So I think that album is always going to have a place in my heart. But this album is really impressive. Both the singing was really impressive. He was so much more mature sounding, so much more confident, and like his range was much better, and he just had an easier time singing at like all different levels and volumes, and high and low and soft and loud. So he just seemed much more capable singer in this one. He sounded like a man, you know, no longer like a child. And the musicianship on this album is just incredibly good. The lyrics aren't, I mean, they're not like super deep or anything, but they're fine. They're about, you know, dramatic, intense teenage love. Obviously, in this case, it's kind of surrounding this intense story of a girl. How does that work? She's running away from some murderers, and then she hides in a hotel, and it just so happens that Luis is in the hotel, and they fall in love or something. Yeah, so I mean, that's the story that all of this music is surrounding, right? So it makes sense that it's going to be very dramatic and romantic, and it was. But wow, I think, yeah, this might be my second. I don't know. I might like it more than Busca una Mujer. Probably not, but it's a close second, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this here, because I've been recording for a long time, and I'll make another video with an actual review after I've listened to it a few more times, gone through the lyrics a bit more. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. This has been really fun. I don't know, let me know also if you like these whole full album reaction videos, or if it's better to go song by song. It was easier for me to do it this way, but there are some disadvantages as well. And yeah, tell me in the comments, what did you think of this album? A lot of you recommended it to me, so I'm curious to hear finally all the love or the thoughts. Maybe you hate this album, so if you hate this album, tell me. And yeah, I'll see you in the comments. Alright, adios.